What's up, guys? May mga balita ito nakikita ko currently sa GMA Integrated News regarding child immunization. No? At 61%, Philippines still far behind child immunization targets according to the Department of Health. And this is coming off from the news na syempre ang target kasi natin is 95%. And where we behind yung target natin. Ito kasi kung 95%, we can almost say na we can avoid or prevent vaccine preventable diseases. This includes pneumonia, diarrhea. It could also include meningococcemia, typhoid fever, and hepatitis A, ano pa, with the likes na merong mga bakuna na available that is usually given to children in a specific age group. Kaso 61% lang ang commit with full immunization. So that is equivalent to only 1.4 million children. And that's way behind. Isipin mo yung population ng Pilipinas is 100,000. 100 million. And children children, yung mga bata, malaki din ang percentage sa population ng mga bata. And the National Immunization Program, or the NIP, has been facing this challenge for quite some time. If you would notice, lumabas na rin sa balita yung cases on the Dengvaxia, which I would say provided syempre another hurdle to face, kasi it increases what we call vaccine hesitancy, meaning may doubt sila regarding the efficacy of vaccine because of the Dengvaxia controversy. So there are a lot of misinformation, distrust regarding vaccines that was brought about during that controversy. So bumaba ang confidence ng population to vaccines because of the issue on Dengvaxia. And take note, marami kasing nagkaroon ng adverse effects and later led to demise ng mga patients during that time. And the fear of the side effects as well as the myth about vaccines contributed also to low participation of families, mothers na may mga bata na dapat nakaschedule for vaccinations, hindi na sila tumuloy. And dahil yun nga, they think of Dengvaxia as one of the reasons why they don't want to have their children get vaccinated. And that's sad. It's a full-blown anti-vaxxer scenario because of vaccine hesitancy. Now, another problem din na face ng Philippines, I think, is also, if you would notice, vaccines are usually stored in a tinatawag natin cold chain. Cold chain, dun sa kailangan, they should be kept in a proper storage facility or proper storage or transport condition. Ang problem sa Philippines, hindi lahat ng areas or regions meron ito. Kapag napansin nyo, they have to be placed in an area na merong capabilities on storing vaccines. And kung kailangan siyang i-deploy yung vaccines, saka nilalabas ng local government or the Department of Health para i-distribute sa population. Now, the problem there is syempre, nalilimit lang yung accessibility ng vaccine because of the limitations of available cold chain facilities. Nalilimitaan yung rural areas, yung mga far-flung areas, even dito sa ating island of Luzon, marami pa rin kasing areas na hindi accessible. We call them Yorigida, And dung sa mga areas na yan that are usually like the other side of the mountains, like the municipality of Palanan, Divilacan, Maconacon, Isabela, yung mga areas na yon na facing the Pacific area of Sierra Madre, 'di ba? So, yon kailangan mo pa kasing dumaan through light plains and mahirap i-transport ang mga bakuna in that area. And kapag syempre yung bakuna ay hindi na store properly, masuspoil lang siya, masisira. Okay, you have to use that immediately kapag wala kang storage area or na available. Hindi mo siya pwedeng itenga or i-hold for a couple of days. Not unless meron kang portable na storage pack na pwedeng dun mo ilagay. But syempre may kamahalan yun, and the problem there is funds on the cold chain management for vaccines. Okay, so I think that was one of the challenges in COVID vaccination, no, in the entire country, and even up to now yung provide natin ng vaccination on children that are from far-flung areas. Yun din ang nagkakaroon tayo ng problem, no, yung storage. Okay, another is syempre, if you would notice, hindi naman kasi basta-basta lang ang nagbabakuna. Okay, there are trainings on barangay healthcare workers or even nurses, no, but it's always important na dapat the people who are giving the vaccines are also trained properly. So there is a limitation of healthcare workers, to be honest. Nurses are underpaid, they often go abroad, and the problem there is we lack healthcare providers that will stay in the rural areas to administer vaccines and educate them on the importance to prevent another emergence of disease, no. Yung education part is also equal with providing vaccination kasi it will make them more aware kung bakit importante itong bakuna na to, kasi may sakit kasi dyan na pwedeng kumalat. Let's say in the areas ng there are areas that is prone to malaria or dengue, no. Wag ko na pala gamitin yung bakuna ng dengue as an example. Isipin natin JAP-NSEP. Okay, in Japanese encephalitis virus vaccine is available, and in the areas in Central Luzon, may mga ganyang areas na pwede kang magkaroon ng Japanese encephalitis infection. And in those situations, kailangan mag-provide ka ng protection, especially children and all those who are highly at risk to the exposure to the virus, no. And it's important to educate them saan nakukuha ito, ano ba yung source ng virus na to, and saan nakakakuha ng bakuna, di ba? It's important to them be aware of the accessibility of vaccines, no. However, we lack healthcare workers to educate them. There are efforts naman from government agencies, even in non-profit organizations, to provide education as well as awareness sa bakuna. Kaso lang, it's just for, kumbaga, upon their reach, kung ano yung kaya lang nilang i-reach out for our kababayan. No, yung limitation ng bakuna ay ng healthcare workers to provide proper medical advice and health promotion. Yun yung the hardest, no, one of the hardest, no, challenges, especially in vaccination. Siyempre, aside from that, di ba, I mentioned the cold chain storage as well as yung healthcare workforce limited. It all stems to another problem. Siyempre, the budget. If you would notice, vaccines that we are using are, siyempre, most of them are not not manufactured in the country, and they are usually manufactured elsewhere, no, abroad, no, in-order natin and then in-import, kaya mahal ang bakuna, and the funds are usually important, kaya sobrang hirap naman isipin na they cut down on funds specifically for preventive care entirely, kasi sa DOH it should be one of the priorities on prevention, providing vaccine sa mga bata, no? Kung yung budget ay nagkaroon ng constraint, especially in, let's say, this year 2025, nagkaroon ng aberya about the funds or misappropriations, like that, no? Syempre, it is devastating and it could be a blow to the healthcare system kung wala tayong proper funds to to push yung mga programs of prevention like vaccination. Kung walang available na vaccine, wala din na tayong magagawa. Kahit bakit wala tayong bakuna, syempre wala daw fund, no? And that is, well, the sad reality that often may mga pamilya na gusto naman magpabakuna, kaso lang sa healthcare center hindi available yung bakuna na gusto nilang ma-avail, which is usually free, no? There are efforts naman sa mga ibang LGUs to procure, and we are thankful dun sa mga MHOs na nakakakuha pa rin ng supplies, and they schedule them usually sa mga kanilang barangay health stations or municipal health offices na may scheduled bakuna day sila, and that is, well, a gift for every member in the community, no? However, not all LGUs can push the extra mile na magkaroon ng ganyan, no? And yun nga, yung push na yan, usually yung healthcare worker din naman ang nagre-request from the central, and the problem there is wala kang healthcare worker doon kasi walang naka-mainstay na doctor. Okay, so yun, it interconnects, no, yung mga first three na binanggit ko. Next would be, I think, you would notice na in the entirety, no, kapag prevention of vaccinations in the country, may mga programs kasi na nakapush. However, if worst comes to worst, kasi sa atin, sa Philippines, we are exposed to a lot of calamities, natural disasters, kumbaga, and it will impair yung scheduled vaccinations natin, and we need to prioritize, no, the health risk and for the safety of everyone. Yung pinakamalaking blow on our national immunization program would be syempre the one that started last 2020 and ended around 2023, 22, or COVID-19 pandemic, no? Kasi it shifted away from the routine immunizations, yung mga bakuna natin na binibigay sa mga bata, nawalan ng increased ng priority, nagkaroon ng priority more on COVID vaccination, and it was causing a lot of delays in children to receive the vaccines. Hindi natin maiwasan na mangyari yun kasi COVID was there, no? Yun yung hard reality sa buhay natin noon. It came worldwide naman. And ngayon, we're just happy that it's already hindi na siya global emergency, and we can prioritize na rin yung mga dati na routine vaccinations natin or immunizations natin. Okay? And then well, the only thing din na nakikita ko, and I think as a healthcare worker, well, though it's not in my forte and mostly on the people that govern our country, syempre it is more on the political and bureaucratic issues in our country. Syempre, if leaders will push on programs for immunization, it will move, okay, in a national scale. Ang problem lang dyan is if immunization is not a priority, okay, hindi magkakaroon tayo ng progress. Yung 61% na yan, it will be slow na umabot dyan ng 95. Baka hindi pa gumalaw kung hindi pa yan yung priority nila. Okay? Take note, vaccinations can protect children. And children, there are a lot of children being born every day. So dapat yan din dapat yung na provide din natin ng importance. Okay? I just hope that syempre sa country natin, they would realize kung ano ba yung pinaka mas kailangan natin. It's not yung instant na instant na need na makakatulong. It's more on the long-term plan. Kasi things that are instant, kumbaga yung makikuha mo lang yung like gift in one stop lang, the next day maubos na. Okay? If you provide the patient with, let's say, vaccine, the child might be protected for years until the next time na kailangan niya mag-booster. So it's a more long-term perspective. Sana yun yung maisip din natin. I hope may mga leaders tayo that could understand the health perspective or the health needs of our countrymen, no? Hindi lang yung other priorities, kasi health is a human right. Kailangan din natin yan bigay sa lahat, no? So 61% in child immunization, I do think we can do better. Though what I mentioned earlier, yung mga key factors why it's becoming difficult to provide proper immunization to children nowadays, there are ways for us to resolve them. One of which also is, syempre, make you aware. Like ito din sa ginagawa ko, make you guys aware, members of the family, na I will encourage you, if you have children that are scheduled for immunization, who can avail the free vaccine sa barangay, bigay nyo. Okay? If you have the budget to have your children be vaccinated for the annual flu shot, go. Kasi importante yon. Kasi if you have the flu vaccine, even with the pneumococcal vaccine, it will help you prevent unnecessary illnesses that would occur. Even the recurrent pneumonias or mga pneumonias na strains of pneumonia na lumalabas. Okay? Kasi hindi mo maiwasan yan. The cold weather, it would also be, kumbaga, nang-aakit din yan ng sipon, di ba? Sa lamig, okay, sa init, ano pa ba? Our planet is constantly changing, and though this is just a small fraction of the solution, it's still a solution, no? Kasi if you want to change something, we could start from the very root of it, no? And yung being hesitant to provide vaccines, that is, well, a problem. And for us to make you guys aware that vaccines can work, take note that we had smallpox before. Alam ko may maraming wala pa nun. Wala pa ako nun. Pero we've seen the records. Smallpox was eradicated due to vaccination. And we have a lot of conditions that can be eradicated soon. Just as long as we participate in vaccination. Malapit na nga sana yung polio eh. Sayang, untik na. Malapit na, kayang gawin yun. Poliomyelitis, gusto mo magkaroon ng lumpo, yon yung ayaw natin mangyari. Okay? So better, have your children be vaccinated. Sa picture na to, well, na-try ko na yun dati. Yung papatak sa Saya Elementary. Di ba? And nothing made harm in me. Okay? Wala naman nangyari sa akin. As long as the vaccines are properly screened then, no? Yung hesitancy nila with Dengvaxia, I would consider that there are a lot of errors no sa nangyari na yon. And hopefully it will not cloud the importance of vaccines in our society. Okay, naka 20 minutes na ako dahil lang sa bakuna. Anyway, sa mga may tanong, you could just message me, you could chat, or leave a comment sa video na to. And I thank you guys for dropping by and listening kung ano mga yung naisip ko regarding 61% vaccination. There are a lot of anti-vaxxers. If you are an anti-vaxxer there listening, you could leave a comment. What are the reasons why you think vaccines don't work? And if you are supportive of vaccines, you can leave a comment also to help others be aware on the importance of vaccines. Okay? Hindi ata ako nag-intro kanina. Mag-outro na lang ako. Okay? So, with that, thank you guys for watching and see you on the next video.
Sa rounds ng ospital, hustle di magtigil. Laging inaalala ang bawat detalye pilit. Pasyente pamilya, sa kanya'y mahalaga. Kaya bawat check-up, laging may pag-asa. Si Doc Chris, Los Bobby, and